Hi everyone, it's LPS Lollipop Productions here, and welcome back to another video. So as you might be able to guess, today's video is something kind of special. I'm in front of my laptop, and if you read the title, you would know that today I'm going to be ranking some LPS related things on tier lists. So if you've never seen one of these videos or don't know what a tier list is, basically it's just a way of ranking something from best to worst, and since Valentine's Day is tomorrow and I don't have a special this year, I thought this would be a great way to spread some love. Or maybe not, depending on what some of these things are. So I took to the lovely internet to find some LPS tier lists that I could use in this video. I could only find so many, but I thought I would start with a classic, and that is the LPS Popular tier list. Okay, so as you can see, I have got the first tier list up with our LPS Popular characters, and you can see the rankings. If you've never seen one of these sorts of videos, then it goes from F, which is the lowest tier in this case, all the way to S, which is the best category, basically. So for starters, I think maybe we can rank Mimi/Gigi. Okay, a crucial plot point to the series if you've seen it. I mean, who hasn't at this point, but you know, I don't want to make assumptions. I don't know how to feel about this little cricket. Okay, first of all, Sophie, you started something. Those are not crickets, and I don't think anybody else before her said that. I mean, it's kind of iconic, but they're caterpillars. This does not look like a cricket to me. One of these things is not like the other, okay? Aside from being something that Savvy and Brooke can fight over, she doesn't do much. But I also don't hate her. She's pretty innocent. I think I'm gonna put her at B. Next, I think we will go with Nathan. This dude, okay? I have many problems with him. So first of all, that episode where he tries to pressure Jenny into, you know, doing stuff she didn't want to do, that's not right. You can't do that, that's kind of messed up. Not even kinda, it's really messed up. And also, he cheated on his girlfriend, did he not? I don't think that's really cool. He's kind of a jerk and is really shallow and only cares about girls for their looks, it seems. And we don't know much about him other than that, so for that, he gets an F. Next, we're gonna do this girl. Okay, I have no clue what her name is, but it's that girlfriend or person that Tom was talking to when I think he was in France, maybe? And I don't have anything against her. She doesn't really provide much, though. She didn't do anything bad, but she doesn't provide anything to the story either, so she's gonna be sitting... I think she's gonna be sitting at E. And since we're talking about French girls that the love interests are talking to, I think we should rank Brigitte next. You know, I've had enough with Brigitte. I don't like her, and I don't even really ship Savannah and Sage, but, you know, I don't like her. So, she's not as bad as Nathan, but she's also not at the same level as, like, this girl who just doesn't do anything, but I guess Brigitte doesn't really do anything either, so she gets an E. Okay, the next thing that is sticking out to me are these two collies. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, like, I don't know if any of you guys know who these people are. Like, I don't know is the one Sage's mom? I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've watched the series in full, for one. But also, I just don't remember those characters providing anything whatsoever. So I don't really know where to put them on this list. I guess I'll put the collies at E because that seems to be where they like to hang out. Next, we will rank this girl. I think her name's Megan. I don't really remember. That's kind of a theme with these first characters we're ranking. But I don't know what her significance was to the storyline. I think it was that she was dating Tom and then Tom went around with Brooke and that was her thing. Poor girl, she didn't deserve that. She was probably pretty cool. I like that LPS. But again, she doesn't do much, so she gets to sit at E with the collies. Why don't we rank Miss Rachel Rivera next? So she isn't that bad. She was kind of mean sometimes, but she also didn't really do anything. She just followed what Brooke said. And she was actually nice for all of like 2 episodes, and then she decided to become friends with Brooke again for some reason. I don't really know, but I don't hate her. I don't love her. So for that reason, I think we should put her maybe not D. She gets a C. Next, I will rank Alicia Hamilton. Yeah, that's her last name. Alicia Hamilton. She's the dumb one, the crazy one of the mean group. She's cool. I like her. I think she deserves a B and above Mimi because I don't know why, I just like her better than Mimi. Next, let's rank Lena because she's right there, you know? I love Lena. She was so nice. I don't think she's done anything wrong in this series. I feel like she's probably the least problematic character that there is because I feel like most of them have done something horrible. But she's been good. She's cool. I feel like Savannah and Jenny were kind of nasty to her. I know they didn't mean it necessarily, but she deserves better, and I'm going to give her, we are putting her all the way up in S tier, right where she deserves. Now, since we're kind of on a roll with friend characters, I want to draw your attention to Genevieve. Jenny. This girl, okay? I have a newfound hate for this character because literally just a few days ago, my friends and I on Instagram, we were talking and we came up with this theory because Jenny seems to have this weird prejudice towards Brooke. Well, I guess Lena kind of did too, but that's besides the point. When the two of them got pretty and makeovers and everything, she was being quite a hotshot. So was Savannah, the two of them together, and they pushed Lena aside, and I love Lena. And also, she liked Nathan so much that she knew him and Rachel were dating, but she still kissed him, and that's really uncool. I don't like that. Also, yeah, we just made this whole theory basically that she and Brooke have this whole backstory, like she wanted to be like Brooke or be popular or be one of her friends. Probably really unrealistic, but now I don't really like Jenny much, so putting her in F. Next, why don't we go to this husky? I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure he's the guy that Brooke was with when she was still with Sage. Like, she cheated on Sage with this dude or something. I'm pretty sure he was on the football team, or it was like her new boyfriend, something like that. He doesn't do much, so we know nothing about him. And because of that, I think I'm gonna put him where the trend is for those sorts of characters, which is E. And alas, we have the main 4 characters in the series, or who I would consider to be the main 4. The LPS that are generally crazy expensive now. I guess with the exception of Brooke, she used to be really expensive, but now her prices kind of drop. And I guess since I'm talking about her, we will start with Brooke. Now actually, I kind of really like Brooke. I feel like she's done some really messed up stuff to Savannah. She goes too far with her mean tactics, but I also kind of feel for her. Just consider the fact that she had moved away to Orange County and she was happy living her new life, and maybe she has some bad memories from her past and just wanted to grow up, leave that all behind, and have a fresh sort of start. And then Savannah comes and she's just like she always was, and I feel like putting myself in that position, if I was just really trying to get away from whatever happened in my past, I would feel a bit uncomfortable with a girl I used to be best friends with just showing up and being all over me. But that does not give her the right to be horrible to her. But at the same time, I don't think she really was that bad at first. All she said was that she didn't want to hang out with her anymore and to leave her alone. And then that's what triggered the makeover. So after the makeover, obviously, she was terrible to her, but also her boyfriend of 4 years just started looking at this girl out of nowhere. So her whole life kind of fell apart before her eyes, as if it wasn't bad already with like her eating stuff, her mom. So she isn't anywhere near as good as Lena because, you know, nothing can surpass her. But I would say maybe A tier, actually. I also just kind of like villain backstory type things. I kind of like those characters a lot of the time, so that's probably a little biased, but that's where she goes for me. Next up is Sage Bond, who I do not like. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, he's cool. I liked that he encouraged Savannah and made her feel good when she was having all the struggles with her eating and body image. Although he was also a bit arrogant about that, just saying that it annoys boys when there's a lot more to it than that. It's a really serious problem, so just saying like, oh, boys don't like it when all that happens is, you know, he doesn't really get it, but at least he was trying to help, I guess. And it did help Savannah. It boosted her confidence and made her feel a bit more secure. And I like that about him. But at the same time, the fact that him and Brooke were dating for like, I think it was probably like 4 years or so. It was a long time for high school. And then he didn't bat an eye at her when Savannah first came and said hello to him. But the second she gets a makeover and is pretty, he ditches his girlfriend who he had been with forever. And I think that's kind of shallow because for one, he only liked Savannah for her looks. And also he just left his girl for some new one that he doesn't even know. And I don't like that about him. I think it's, you know, that's not nice. Yeah, he gets a C above Rachel because Alicia's pretty great, let's be honest. And now we're left with our final two, Savannah and Tom. I'll start with Savannah. I used to really like her and I still think she's okay, but her character sort of irritates me because when she got her makeover, kind of like what I said with Jenny, she just became a major hotshot and thought she was all that. And she also was completely fine with taking everything that Brooke had. Like, she saw nothing wrong with it. And like I said, I feel like she overreacted a bit because all Brooke did was said that she didn't want to be friends anymore. On both sides, her and Brooke both took things way too far. But her character just, it sort of annoys me, and I don't think she's a bad girl. I can see her struggles, I can see she just has very low confidence, so getting a makeover and getting all this attention probably got to her head a bit because of that, you know, having low self-esteem. And I feel like I like her a little bit less than Brooke. So I think I might put her up in B tier, but ahead of Alicia. And I do feel like if we get more from this series ever, which is kind of unlikely because of what happened to Sophie and Kappa and all of that stuff, but if we ever do, I would hope to see more development from Sav because I feel like her character has a lot of potential to be great. And then last but not least, Mr. Dawson, Tom. I remember all the Team Tom merch. Does that still exist? That was great. And just Tom's whole series. He's a really fun character. I like him a lot. I would say he belongs in S or A+ or something. But then again, he cheated on like 2 of his girlfriends. I guess the second time it was because he was being blackmailed. I don't know what happened the first time. So I don't like that about him. I think that was pretty shallow, but I liked him and Savannah a lot together. I think he's a nice guy with good intentions generally. So I think what I'll do, I'll put him in A+ because I like him a lot better than most of the other characters, but Lena is the clear winner here. Alright, but with that, I think that this is the perfect place to end our little tier list ranking for the day. I hope that all of you got at least a little bit of enjoyment out of this because I thought it was pretty fun to make. I enjoyed talking about all of these characters, and a very happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you tomorrow. I wish I could have made a short film for all of you, but I'm excited to see all the amazing things I know you're all gonna create. But with all of that said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all a lot, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!